17.8 million ringgit funds raised for Palestinians. Melaka to open PKRC at MITC. Hello and good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. You're watching Updates at Noon with me, Shuhaida Arifin. Celebrity couple Nur Nilofa Muhammad Noor and her husband Muhammad Haris Muhammad Ismail have pleaded not guilty today for violating Conditional Movement Control Order CMCO SOPs while shopping for carpets in Nilai on 2nd May amid the Movement Control Order MCO. They made the plea after the charges were read before Magistrate Mahayun Yusof in Seremban Magistrates Court. According to the charge sheet, the 32-year-old entrepreneur was charged with failing to scan her details via the MySejahtera application or manually registering her details before entering the premises in Nilai, Negeri Sembilan. Her husband, Muhammad Haris Muhammad Ismail, 26, also known as PU Ritz, was charged with the same offence and an additional one for not wearing face mask. They were both charged under Rule 19 of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Regulation, Conditional Movement Order 2021, which carry maximum fine of 50,000 ringgit or jailed not more than 6 months or both for each charge upon conviction. The court set bail at 10,000 ringgit for Muhammad Haris and 5,000 ringgit for Nilofa and fixed 4th June for next mention. On 4th May, the couple had their statements taken at Nilai District Police Headquarters after photographs and a video of them at a carpet shop went viral on social media. My Aqsa Defenders MAD has successfully raised 17.8 million ringgit funds in public donations, which will be channeled as humanitarian aid for the Palestinians. MAD, which was established as a coalition of young people from various NGOs, celebrities and humanitarian icons, in a statement said the funds will be channeled in stages to the Malaysia Clinical Al-Aqsa Project, legal services in Sheikh Jarrah, poor family Kafalah in Baitul Maqdis and Gaza Emergency Relief Project. The statement said the fund showed how concerned Malaysians are with the Palestinian struggle and their confidence in this coalition to manage this trust with integrity and transparency. It said the coalition is committed to the agenda of good governance, transparency and accountability in implementing programs and humanitarian projects in Palestine as well as at home. Among the affiliate partners of MAD are Cinta Gaza Malaysia, Global Peace Mission Malaysia, Malaysian Consultative Council for Islamic Organisation Malaysia for Syria, Al-Azhar Care, Cinta Syria Malaysia, Muslim Youth Movement of Malaysia and Chadna Palestine. Immediately stopped the attack on Palestinians, creating an international peacekeeping team to prevent any invasion on Al-Aqsa Mosque and permanent solution to the colonial state terrorism by Zionist regime. These are the three demands stressed by Malaysia to the United Nations in regards to the situation in West Asia. Deputy Foreign Minister Datuk Kamaruddin Jaafar said Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein will be representing Malaysia to discuss the matter with the UN's permanent members.
Jadi penyelesaian yang kekal ini kita tuntut supaya isu ini tidak lagi akan menjadi masalah kepada bukan sahaja kita tapi seluruh dunia. Sebab hari ini isu ini seluruh dunia memanggil dan mendesak supaya ianya diselesaikan. Tanpa mengira negara Timur, negara Barat, dunia Arab, negara-negara Amerika Latin sendiri pun mendesak supaya isu ini diberikan penamat yang adil kepada khususnya orang-orang Palestin yang ditekan hari ini.
Speaking after the Bicara Naratif program in Angkasa Puri last night, the Deputy Minister also called for all Malaysians to unite and fight for a just solution for the Palestinians. Datuk Kamarudin said the government has been sending aid in form of medical supply, clothes and other essential goods as it continues to strongly condemn the Zionist regime and its colonial state terrorism. Towards that, Malaysia has been working with Indonesia and Brunei to came out with a joint statement to denounce the Israel strike on civilians in Gaza, something that the United Nations and its Security Council have failed to do despite hundreds of deaths, including women and children, reported in just 2 weeks ago. The Malacca government will open a COVID-19 low-risk quarantine and treatment centre (PKRC) at the Malacca International Trade Centre (MITC) in Aikro tomorrow. Chief Minister Datuk Seri Sulaiman Mat Ali said the PKRC was the 6th open in the state and the first PKRC for the public, especially the people of Malacca infected with COVID-19. The Chief Minister said the MITC PKRC is for COVID-19 Category 1 and 2 patients and its opening is due to overcrowding at the integrated PKRC at Malaysia Agro Exposition Park, Serdang. He added the opening of the PKRC was agreed in the State Disaster Management Committee meeting after the average number of positive COVID-19 cases in Malacca currently reached 100-220 per day.
Bagi PKRC MITC ini, ia dijangka akan kita akan menggunakan Hall A, Hall B dan Hall C. Jadi kapasiti maksimum gabungan katil single yang you tengok di belakang ni, single dan juga double, berjumlah 1,000 ke 1,200 maksimum yang kita boleh buat. Jadi tandas, kita ada 8 tandas pada setiap hall dan juga makanan yang kita bagikan kepada pesakit ini nanti adalah secara berbungkus.
Met after visiting the MITC PKRC, he said a total of 1,500 personnel from various agencies and departments, including the Ministry of Health, Civil Defence Force and volunteers will be deployed at the PKRC. The Kedah State Government hopes that the Transport Ministry MOT will set up a special port authority for the state following the gazettement of Yan as a federal port on 10th May. Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Mat Noor said if Kedah had its own port authority, even though the port was under the MOT and the Ministry of Finance MOF, the state government would have a share in all revenue collected by the relevant authorities.
Sekarang ni pelabuhan di bahagian utara Semenanjung di bawah kendalian Lembaga Pelabuhan Pulau Pinang. Termasuklah di Teluk Ewa di Langkawi. Dah ada pelabuhan lagi lah di Kedah ni yang kecil-kecil. Bila Kedah ada port authority sendiri walaupun di bawah MOT dan juga di bawah MOF. Tetapi state ada portion dalam semua kutipan-kutipan oleh pihak berkuasa pelabuhan. Jadi kita nak diwujudkan Kedah Port Authority lah, nama Lembaga Pelabuhan Kedah ke macam tu, bersekali dengan pengumuman digazetkan Yan sebagai pelabuhan baru.
Transport Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wee Ka Siong on Tuesday announced that the government had gazetted Yan as a federal port, which was expected to increase shipping activities and create jobs as well as develop the surrounding districts. Meanwhile, Muhammad Sanusi said he had not yet received a detailed report on the gazette and had contacted the Transport Minister to seek further clarification on the matter. In the meantime, he said the state government appreciated the federal government's initiative and was confident that it would be beneficial for Kedah. In our foreign segment, 26 dead as India cyclone sinks barge.
Untuk tengok kubur dia yang dah dikambus, itu yang sangat kesan.
Sedih juga kerana ada beberapa daripada pegawai sukarelawan Belah Salib Merah ini telah dijangkiti COVID semasa mereka menjalankan tugas.
A Palestinian journalist working for a local radio station was killed yesterday in an Israeli attack on the Gaza Strip. The Voice of Jerusalem radio station said in a statement, Yusuf Abu Hussein, who worked for them, lost his life in the attack that targeted his home in Sheikh Radwan neighborhood north of Gaza City. Israeli fighter jets also struck a house in Jabalia refugee camp in the northern Gaza Strip, causing material damage. According to the Palestinian Health Ministry, at least 219 Palestinians have been killed, including 63 children and 36 women, and 1,530 others injured in Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip since 10th May. Recent tensions that started in Jerusalem during Ramadan spread to Gaza as a result of Israeli assaults on worshippers in the flashpoint of Al-Aqsa Mosque compound and Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood. Israel occupied East Jerusalem, where Al-Aqsa is located, during the 1967 Arab-Israeli War, when it annexed the entire city in 1980 in a move never recognized by the international community. Meanwhile, protesters in various Arab cities marched on Wednesday in support of Palestinians as tensions continue to escalate between Israeli forces and Hamas freedom fighters in Gaza. Hundreds took to the streets of the Tunisian capital, chanting in support of Palestinians and calling for the criminalization of normalization with Israeli. Meanwhile, women and children gathered in the Lebanese capital, Beirut, in a protest organized by Hezbollah, where children drew paintings in support of Palestinians. In Yemen's contested city, Taiz, thousands marched carrying signs and calling for Arab unity against Israel. In the Gulf, where protests are rare, Kuwaitis held a demonstration in support of Palestinians and burned Israeli flags to protest the bombardment of Gaza after authorities in the Gulf Arab state allowed the rally to proceed despite coronavirus restrictions. Protesters who were only granted access to a main square on foot in a bid to limit numbers chanted "Death to Israel" and held banners rejecting normalization in reference to accords by the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain forging ties with Israel. National track cyclist Muhammad Zonis is now leading in the World Men's Elite Time Trial ranking released by the International Cycling Union UCI on Tuesday. The 24-year-old Sime Darby Foundation rider ranked first with 1,762.50 points, a 4-run climb after gaining 720 points for winning the 1 kilometer time trial event's silver medal at the UCI Nations Cup held at the Hong Kong Velodrome last weekend. Muhammad Fadli is also the 1 kilometer time trial national and Asian record holder after clocking 1 minute 00.305 seconds at the Berlin World Championships last year. Meanwhile, Olympics gold hopeful Muhammad Azizul Hasni Awang lost his lead in the men's sprint event, ranking as 3 Japanese riders overtook him. The 33-year-old who did not participate in the Nations Cup has been pushed to the 4th place behind Japanese riders Tomohiro Fukaya, Yudai Nita and Yuta Wakimoto. Muhammad Azizul Hasni's fellow Melbourne-based rider Muhammad Shahfirdaus Shahrom fell 5 rungs to the 20th place, while Muhammad Fadil clawed up as many as 81 rungs to be placed 25th. In the carrying event, Muhammad Azizul Hasni was down 2 rungs to be placed 5th, while Muhammad Fadil climbed 172 places to place himself close to world's top 10, ranked 11th. Youth and Sports Minister Datuk Seri Rizal American has reminded Harimau Malaya to go all out to do the country proud in the World Cup 2022, Asian Cup 2023 football qualifying campaign in the United Arab Emirates UAE next month. However, he asked the officials and players to be mindful of their safety and to abide the standard operating procedure SOP to prevent the spread of COVID-19, as the tournament will be played under the sports bubble concept. In a video posted on the official Facebook page of the Football Association of Malaysia FAM, the minister prayed that the national squad would succeed in their mission to book an automatic slot to the Asian Cup 2023 finals and hence advance to the World Cup 2022 third qualifying round.
Bene, è andata bene alla fine per il risultato, però la giornata è stata...
Kibarkanlah panji-panji negara dengan bangga. Tapi jangan lupa, semua pasukan negara, saudara-saudara sekalian, sentiasalah jaga keselamatan. Patuhi dan pastikan saudara-saudara yang berada dalam gelembung sukan ini mematuhi SOP. Dalam kita berjuang, kita kena jaga keselamatan kita. Dan akhir sekali, saya doakan insya-Allah kejayaan ini adalah insya-Allah kejayaan kita semua. Bertarunglah atas nama demi tanah air kita. Bertarunglah atas nama demi Malaysia. Selamat berjuang dan selamat kembali ke tanah air nanti.
The national squad under coach Tan Cheng Ho are scheduled to depart for Dubai today to continue with their training there. Apart from playing 2 international friendly matches against Kuwait and Dubai and Bahrain in Manama on 23rd and 28th May respectively, Malaysia will kick off their remaining Group G qualifying campaign with a match against UAE on 3rd June, followed by Vietnam on 11th June and Thailand 15th June. With that, we end today's updates at noon. In our top story, 17.8 million ringgit funds raised for Palestinians. Don't forget to tune in to news at 10 coming up at 10 p.m. on My Freeview saluran Berita RTM channel 123. You can also stream the channel via RTM Clicks mobile app and website. Thank you for watching. I'm Shuhaida Arifin and have a pleasant day.